yoga sequence that will be inspired by the air element. This means that we will be focusing on transitioning and balancing and the breath, and especially just the breathing process. So to start us off, I have a quote by Hien, a Buddhist monk and peace activist, and he says, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." So throughout this class, please feel free to do exactly that and use breathing as your anchor, and be aware of the clouds and the windiness that may show up in this class in one form or another. We'll start on the back. Lie down with your feet on the mat, knees bent, or with your legs long, up to you. Take a moment here to notice your body resting on the mat. And take a moment here to observe the breath, finding your natural inhale and exhale. You can either close your eyes or soften your gaze. We'll just be here for 5 more rounds of breath. Noticing your inhale and your exhale. Just noticing what it feels like to be breathing. Into the lower body. We're going to set the feet for bridge pose. Feet are about hip width apart. All 10 toes are pointing forward. Arms start by your side. Press into your feet on an inhale. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, letting the hips come back down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. 3 more times. Towards your chest, bring the legs up towards the ceiling and the arms as well. We're going to draw circles with each of the limbs. So we're drawing 4 different circles here on top of the ceiling. And go ahead and reverse the circles. And then we're going to have the knees into the chest again. You can rock side to side, massaging your lower back and your spine. We're going to take the legs long and take the arms behind us and do a bit of a move for our core. So on an exhale, you're going to bring left leg and right arm up. Inhale back down. Exhale, other side, and inhale down. So we're just alternating opposite arm and leg. Just do another round. Okay, and then we're going to bring one leg in. So this is my left leg in, my right leg stays long. I'm going to take my left arm out into a T, and I'm going to bring my left knee over towards the right so my hips are stacked. And then come back to center and switch it out. So now my right leg's in, right arm is out long, and hips are stacked. I'm twisting towards my left. And then coming back to center. This time I'm going to roll over to one side and use my arms to press up into a seat. Just going to start with some neck stretches here. So bringing one ear to shoulder, And you can stay here like this, or you can make little movements with the chin, either nodding up and down slowly or taking it side to side. It doesn't have to be a lot of movement or a sensation here. And I'm going to pause and come back to center. Other ear to other shoulder, same thing here. And then coming back to center. Bring your left hand up nice and long. Be rooted down to both sitting bones, and then lean over to the side. And then come back to center. And bring your right arm up nice and long. Rooted down to both your sitting bones, and then lean over to the side. Okay, and then we're going to come onto all fours for cat and cow. Inhale, drop belly, lift gaze. Exhale, round back, drop head. Just take one more round. You're going to come into a shoulder stretch. Threading the needle here, left hand comes up, left hand comes beneath right. You're going to drop your head to the mat. Right hand can come forward, or your right hand can come to your low back. Up to you. Find your way back to center. Right hand comes up, thread the needle. Find your way back into table. Bring your right foot back, tuck the toes, press into the heel, calf stretch. Come back to center. Left foot comes back, tuck the toes, press into the heel. Back to center. This time we're going to make our way onto the belly for cobra. You're going to have your elbows pointing back towards the wall behind you. You're going to press the top of your feet into the mat so that your knees lift. Engage your core. Then lift your head and chest up. Really feeling strong in the core here. And then release down. One more time. Come up. If you'd like, you can lift your hands. Just really feel into the back strength. And then release. And we're going to make our way into standing. And I want you to think about how you'd like to get there. Picture it in your head and find a path how you'll get there. And then do what you got to do to get there. So for me, I'm just going to bring one foot forward and then the other foot together. So both feet together. So I'm in a standing forward fold. And then I'm just going to rise up. So, we'll meet in mountain here. Feet about hip width apart. All 10 toes are pointing forward. And we are going to go through a sequence where the transitions are going to be really important to do. If you have difficulty balancing, you can come into a wall or you can use blocks. And so for this first round, I'm going to go ahead and use blocks. I have the blocks at the top of my mat. And I'm going to be in this mountain. So feet about hip width apart, all 10 toes pointing forward. I'm going to really press down into the mat. I'm not too much on my left leg, I'm not too much on my right leg. Alright, from here we're going to come into chair. So I'm going to bend the knees and shift the hips back. Core is strong. And then I'm going to unweight my heels, so I'm lifting in my heels. First, even though the heels are lifted, I still want to think about pressing the hips back. I'm going to release, come down. going to bring my hands onto the blocks, shift my weight into my left leg, and bring my right foot back for warrior 3. And look back and make sure that all 5 of the toes of the back foot are facing down towards the mat. And then from here, I'm going to come down and stand and bring the back foot to come into warrior 2. So now the back foot, toes are facing along the edge of the mat. This is facing the short end of the mat still. I'm going to bend the knee. Shoulders are stacked above hips and reach the arms out. And then from here, I'm coming to warrior, not warrior, but half moon pose. So I'm going to reach my hand forward, and then I'm going to lift my back leg up. This time my toes are pointing out instead of down, like in warrior 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and come down. I'm going to bring myself together, center, shake out any stuff. And then I'm going to find my tree pose. I'm going to shift my weight into one leg and go and heel meet. This is my right leg here. And then I'm going to bring it up. Below the knee or above the knee, just make sure you don't place it right directly over the knee. It is. And go ahead and release. Shake my limbs out. I'm going to make my way into the same thing but on the other side. And I'm going to use the wall this time. So I'm going to have one hand by the wall to help me with what I'm going to do next. Or same thing I'm going to do but just on this side. So I'm going to come into my chair. Strong core, strong legs. I'm going to turn weight in the heels, so lifting in the heels. Keep shifting the hips back, of course. And then go ahead and come down and shift weight into the right leg. The left leg comes back for warrior 3. So my hand is here next to the wall for support. And come down further or be more upright. And come back to center. This time I'm going to reach back foot back into a warrior 2 stance. So back toes are facing the long edge of the mat. Front toes are still facing the front. Reaching my arms out. Warrior 2. Make sure you're pressing into both feet. Now I'm going to come into half moon pose. So I'm going to move myself closer to the wall. And from warrior 2, I'm just going to come forward and lift the back leg. And the wall is there to help support me. So I find just having one hand on the wall is enough, but you can also have both hands on the wall to really support you. And then you can go ahead and come down. And then play with tree pose on this other leg. And the wall also helps with that. And then you can release. Shake your limbs out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and come onto the mat again. And I'm going to come onto my back. Just going to do 2 more poses here. First, start with a reclined twist. It'll be different than the one we did in the beginning. So for this variation, I'm going to hug both knees in towards my chest. Arms are out into a T or in cactus, up to you. I'm going to let both knees drop over towards the left and gaze towards my right hand. Bring the knees back to center, bring them over onto the other side. And changing your gaze as well, if that feels okay with the neck. I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to come to one side. And I'm going to bring my top leg in front, and then I'm going to bend my bottom leg and take my top arm, my top hand, and grab for that bottom foot. And then with this top shoulder, I'm going to think about rolling it back. This is called cat pulling its tail pose. It does three things in one. There's a little bit of a twist. There is a shoulder opener with the top shoulder, and then with the bottom leg, there is a quad stretch. And then I'm going to release the bottom leg and carefully come back onto my side in one piece here. And then I'm going to do the other side. So you can sit up and do the other side, or you just kind of roll over. I'm going to sit up and situate myself here. So, top leg in front, bottom leg, bend knee, grab that foot, and then roll the shoulder back. And see what you notice here. Maybe on one side, you notice one part more, and then the other side, you notice something else. I'm going to release my foot, find my way back onto my side, and then I'm going to come onto my back. And the last thing here I'm going to do is a happy baby pose. So I'm going to hug my knees in towards my chest. This is just going to be something for the hips. Take the knees wide and bring the feet towards the ceiling. So you can have your hands behind your thighs, or you can grab your ankles or grab your toes. Just a little bit of a hip opener here. I think it's interesting because I kind of feel like I'm doing a low squat, but upside down. It's like an upside down low squat. My feet would be where the ceiling is. In a normal squat, my feet is where on the floor. And then you can go ahead and release.